Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Regional Governing Board of the Southwest Vermont Regional Technical School District. It is Monday, February 12th. It's 6:05. Public comments. Seeing none, we'll move on. Consent agenda. Minutes of the Monday, January 22nd, 2018 meeting. We have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Franny moved. Ed seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. Almost unanimous. You abstaining?
Abstaining, I wasn't here.
Okay. Payroll warrants, 1,030, number 21, and 1,033.
So moved.
Second?
Franny moved, Jackie second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. It's unanimous. Vendor warrants, 1,031, 1,032.
So moved. Second.
Franny moved, John second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. It's unanimous. Okay, attached in your Dropbox should be the cash flow, the revenue and expenses. Committee reports, I don't believe we have any since last meeting, have we?
No.
Okay. Action items, building trades field trip to Puerto Rico. Mike, would you lay it on the line for us, please?
Sure. I mentioned this last month at the board meeting. I didn't have a lot of details then. I have all the details now. I'm going to let Meg talk a little bit about it briefly, since Meg's going on the trip. But this is for the Building Trades and Video Productions program, primarily building trades, to go to Puerto Rico as part of the affiliate Someone Cares of Puerto Rico to help rebuild parts of the island that were devastated from the tropical storms. There are a total of 5 students that will be attending. I think your packet may say 4, it's actually 5. There was a last minute addition, student who was interested, and we made that work for them. So the trip is scheduled from Saturday the 17th of March to return on Sunday the 24th of March. That the students will be missing a total of 4 school days. There's a professional development day in the middle of that week. And Meg has spoken with all the parents, counselors, the high school administration, everyone's on board for this trip and the students to make up that time. So we kind of planned it out. So they're leaving on a weekend, coming back on a weekend, and during a week, but they'll only miss 4 academic days. And everyone is supportive of this trip. So Meg, if you want to add some pieces to this.
Yeah, like Mike said, we have 5 students attending the trip, and all of them are very excited. Most of them have never even flown before, so you know they'll have experience with helping to rebuild something, but then other experiences that some of us don't even think about. Taking an airplane is one of them. I've met with or talked with all of the parents. They are very excited for their kids to go. When we get there, we should, on that Sunday, we'll have an organizational meeting with some of the folks that are organizing the whole thing. And they'll let us know what our project is going to be. And then we will work Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and, work on our project and work side by side with people probably from all over the place. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, the Building Trades Corporation met last week, and they are funding part of the trip for the students enrolled in the Building Trades program as out of their account. So they've voted to do that. So part of the trip will be paid for by the Building Trades Corporation, which is very nice and appreciated. Again, this effort has been spearheaded by Jim Godine to make this happen, including making air arrangements. We haven't bought the tickets yet. We'll be buying those hopefully tonight or tomorrow morning for only United and JetBlue fly into this particular airport in Puerto Rico. late at night usually. But the bags will fly free, tools will fly free, et cetera, down to the build site. So that's really exciting. This is a great opportunity for our students to do this. It's going to be great.
And, you know, one of the students is a video production student, which I think is really cool because she'll be able to record everything and then be able to come back and share it. So it's one thing talking about the experience, but it's another to be able to refer to video and film footage from it. So I assume we'll have a board presentation when we get back.
Yes.
They gonna bring their generators home, they just lost what power they had.
I know.
Gee.
No, we are bringing small tools.
Good, thank you.
But the saws, generators, they're all down there and they're being provided by the larger group, the larger group that we're going with, so.
Any questions?
I do, Mike. I wasn't here last month, and I was reading the minutes, but is there a reason why that you can publicly say why the teacher isn't going?
It's just a matter of the time, of commitment. You know, the teacher is teaching full-time.
This isn't during,
This isn't during break.
Break.
No, this is during regular school. So the teacher has other commitments outside of the building and other jobs as well. So that's why he's not going.
this is bad.
But it's, you know, Meg is
But
going.
I'll be there.
Meg's going.
Yes, you will.
And our para, who is in building trades all the time, is going as well. So he will have the connection with the students out of building trades. And
Good.
it's not for not wanting to go, it's more logistical for the instructor not to be able to go. That's all.
The students are also students from the second year of building trades, and they were students that the instructor felt had the skills and the know-how to be able to help to rebuild,
Right.
which is good.
Is there any,
That week is SBAC testing at the high school, but the high school, at the high school, the ninth graders are doing the SBAC testing this year, so none of our students are in that category.
Now, is that what?
No idea on that.
Leon, is that you?
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Leon. Can you hear us okay, Leon?
I got you.
All right.
Well, we'll move forward then. Do we need approval on that, or you want to approve them both together?
That's up to you.
I have one quick
Oh,
question.
okay, go ahead.
Is there any direct cost to the CDC for?
Yes, we are paying for the chaperones to go, as well as the video production students.
Okay.
Airfare and other costs, you know, associated with it, that are listed kind of here on the field trip form. It's our estimated cost.
The, see, as we talk, I'm thinking of things. The place that we are staying at is covered by the larger group, the people who care for Puerto Rico. And on the days that we work, so basically Monday through Friday, all of our meals will be provided to us. So, you know, we only have to worry about, you know, a couple days in the beginning and a couple days at the end.
All right, let's move on to the second field trip to Lake Maury.
Second field trip is an annual trip from FBLA, or Future Business Leaders of America, to Lake Maury Resort up in Fairleigh, Vermont. It's an overnight trip. This trip is done yearly for our students to compete at the state level. So nothing out of the routine for this field trip.
Any discussion on this field trip? Could I have a motion to approve both?
Second.
Approved by Franny, seconded by Jessica?
Jesse's just fine. I feel
Okay.
home. I feel at home.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. Any more discussion? If seeing none, raise your right hand. I believe-
I got my right hand up, even though you can't see me.
Are you in Alabama?
All right, that's unanimous then. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back and see what else is left. Looks like superintendent's report.
That's me. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to switch my report around from what I originally wrote, and I'll get to that. We just talked about FBLA, our Future Business Leaders of America. I'd like to recognize DECA, our other marketing club, Distributive Education Club of America. It's in your Dropbox. I just got this today for being recognized. I'm going to read this so I don't get it wrong. As an outstanding school-based enterprise. Again, it says the school-based enterprise at the Southwest Vermont CDC was among 391 school-based enterprises in the U.S. achieving gold level certification this year, and will be recognized at DECA's International Career Development Conference in Atlanta, Georgia. The students who worked on the certification were students from the business management class with assistance of their teacher, Rebecca Tattersall, and advisor, Lori Wright. The school-based enterprise at the Southwest Career Center has operated for 20 plus years and is to be commended for this achievement. A school-based enterprise is an entrepreneurial operation in a school setting that provides goods and services to meet the needs of the market. School-based enterprises are managed and operated by students as hands-on learning labs that integrate national curriculum standards in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management. Marketing educators and DECA advisors have utilized this effective educational tool for over 4 decades and provide their students with realistic and practical learning experiences that reinforce classroom instruction. DECA is a 501c3 for nonprofit student organization with more than 220,000 members in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, Canada, China, Germany, Guam, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Spain. DECA prepares emerging leaders and entrepreneurs for careers in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management in schools and colleges around the globe. So congratulations to the School Store Business Management on a gold certification. Again, it's well earned. On February 1st, 2018, Vermont Governor Scott declared February as Vermont CTE Month, recognizing the value of career and tech ed. That proclamation is in the Dropbox in your packet as well. This Thursday, February 15th, is our spring open house, starting at 7:08. That's the time block 1 starts, concluding at 7:57. Those are the times. So basically 7 to 8 on Thursday. This open house is not particularly well attended for us. Like it is at the high school. We are open in conjunction with the high school. We don't have many new students that semester, very few actually in comparison to MAU. But we are open and we'll be here that night for students and folks that want to drop in. Participation this year in our CTSOs are up. Of course, DECA's at CTSO and so is FBLA. Also this year in Skills USA, we have 48 total students, many who will compete in Burlington in early April. We have 4 students in DECA, which competed in states just this past weekend. Drew Dunlap took 3 bronze medals and a gold. Bethany Hassett, 3 bronzes and 1 silver. Madison Kinney, 2 golds, 1 silver and 1 bronze. And John Loomis, 3 gold. Also, for dual enrollment this spring semester, we have 14 students with Intro to Criminal Justice through our pre-law program, 6 students in digital filmmaking and video productions, 3 students in human biology with med professions, and 7 students in med terminology with med professions. Those are the students who were able to pass the AccuPlacer and were allowed to enroll in dual enrollment courses with us in CCB.
So I'm saying,
Hello? It didn't even ring. I just got a phone call. Yeah. Hello?
We're going to mute for a second. Adult education update. We had an LNA pinning ceremony last Tuesday. There were 12 students who completed the LNA program, and this room was packed, full of family members watching folks receive the pinning ceremony. It's a very old tradition for the LNA, so we're very proud of that. Our veterinary assistant program kicked off last month. We started with 4, we wanted 5, so we have 4. 3 are fully enrolled and are already into their second course with the program. Students can join the program at any time. It is open enrollment. We are trying to keep cohorts together as much as possible, but we certainly aren't going to discourage anyone from enrolling as an on-demand. We're just trying to keep the folks moving together in the same cohort.
will the person who enrolls, like say if they enroll next week, can they catch up, or is it a?
It's not that far out. They probably could, yeah.
Okay.
Our CDL permit prep class was completed last month. 3 students that were enrolled have obtained their Class A learner permits for CDL. We have a new CDL prep class starting on February 28th, so that'll be new. Our pharmacy assist program in our partnership with Penn Foster will begin on April 25th. It's also the end of April. We have submitted our application to the Vermont Agency of Transportation for us as a school to become fully licensed CDL driving school. And we are anticipating approval before the end of the school year. I can't promise that. Once we submit the application, the AOT has to come down. I used to say AOE. The AOT has to come down and do a site visit, inspect our driving range, inspect our vehicles, and make sure the learning site's appropriate, et cetera. It seems like a process and more of a formality than anything, but I'm not going to promise everyone that that's going to be ready to go at the end of the year, but I certainly hope it will be. And we've made a lot of progress in the last month with that. And also, a second LNA cohort is anticipated to run in early April. We have about 6 students already interested in the second cohort to run for LNA. So things are going relatively well. Certainly, our offerings for adult education are slimmer, but I feel that they're more robust. We're just offering these foundation programs and not a lot of enrichment classes. So I'm very happy with the way things are going with that. Folks last month asked about our NEAS report and where we're at. I think John, you specifically asked about that last month. I'm in receipt of the initial NEAS report for fact-finding only and fact-checking. I have to have the report back to the commission by February 22nd. I'm not allowed to share it with any of the staff or the public, et cetera. I'm just able to correct factual errors in it. For example, you have 5 guidance counselors. No, we have 1. Things like that. It's 189 pages long. I've read it from cover to cover. I will say I don't think will be anything of alarm to anyone in the report, at all. There are a few factual errors that need to be corrected, about 25 that I've found. Other than that, I think folks will be fairly happy with what they see. Our next RGB meeting will be Monday, March 5th at 6:30 p.m. at the Bennington Fire Station before the annual floor meeting, just as a reminder. That's what I have. I'll be happy to answer questions anyone has about what I've reported on.
So I've been asked by members of the community if we are going to roll out any adult so-called fun classes other than the ones that we have right now. For instance, cooking was the one that I was asked about. Yep. And that came from the people down at the new place that just opened in the back of Rite Aid.
Anderson Station?
No, it's not.
The greater interfaith community.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm probably butchering what it is.
Yes.
Right. Because they have a cooking class, I guess, that meets here on Monday night.
So we certainly are not abandoning or ruling out that we wouldn't run an enrichment class at all. If there's interest for that, and there's an instructor who wants to do that in the community, and there are folks that want to take it, we'll certainly run it. I mean, there's no question. We're just not putting out hundreds of courses.
Can you just elaborate on how one goes about that?
Sure. If there are folks in the community that want to teach perhaps an adult education course, whether it be in cooking, it be computer enrichment, whatever your specialty may be, you can contact us here at the CDC at 447-0220, extension 138. You can talk to Meg. You can also talk to Tiffany Martin, extension 131. If you have expressed interest in teaching or taking a class, an evening class at the CDC, for what it may be. We have enough numbers, we'll put it together and we'll make it happen. Any other questions?
Yeah. I'll just follow up on our meeting on Monday night, the 5th of May, I believe?
5th, yes.
Yes. Again, I would ask any and all to please come and make that meeting, even though it is only probably a 10-minute meeting at the most. I think it shows the town who we are and that we're interested, and they should be too.
Well, as in the past, we'll have a joint presentation with the SVSU as well as the town as far as what our budget impact looks like on the taxes and things like that. It's always a joint presentation. It's just the way it's been done, and it is quick. This board convenes for less than 10 minutes probably to vote on the ballots and the articles. That's kind of it. We have a very minor role to play in the presentation. So,
We should probably explain that we have a joint meeting with the SVSU because they collect, the MAU district collects the taxes for the CDC. And they're passed
We don't
on
know,
to-
well, they collect the taxes for MAU, but we bill MAU, so part of our cost is embedded in their tax, but we don't generate, we
Right.
don't collect taxes.
We don't have to, whatever.
They have to raise revenue in order to pay for their students to come here. So that's why we show where our budget is voted on by not just Bennington, but the
Right.
whole area.
So may I ask at that meeting that you also bring up that point about if people want to take a class or,
Absolutely.
oh, good.
Yeah, just remind me.
Okay.
But
Okay, any other? I need a motion to go into executive session dealing with personnel.
So moved.
Franny, motion.
Second.
John, second.
Robert, you still?